Hello, welcome to my studio. I'm Bob Foyers and this is my studio here in Benwater, Suffolk. Today I'm just going to say a little bit of a thank you to a local company that helped me out. I had a little bit of a problem. I shoot tethered in the studio, and the problem being is that I also, over the years, have bought Manfrotto tripods and tripod heads more importantly. And because I shoot tethered in the studio, I like to have what is called a tether block. So the tether block obviously holds the cable so you don't pull it out and make it by mistake. But the problem being is that my tether block that I bought, I went and looked online to see if I could find a Manfrotto version. There isn't. There's an Arca Swiss version, but there is not a Manfrotto version. And obviously with all my Manfrottos, I need a little plate like this to work. So what I happened to do was I mentioned it to one of my clients that I do a lot of photography, product photography for, a company called CMG Technology Limited, who are based at Benwaters right next to me, and they do 3D printing. But more importantly, they do metal 3D printing. So I chatted to Dr Samuel Wilberforce, who's in charge of the 3D printing, and wondered if we could possibly sort of amalgamate these two and come together. So what happened was that we actually found, which I will link down below, a 3D printing CAD file that Dr. Samuel Wilberforce could use to print the block. We then discovered actually that 3D printing file wasn't quite suitable and there was a little bit of an error with the thing. So obviously Samuel had a look at this and had a look at this and realised that they weren't quite right for the Manfrotto tripod heads that I own, because they are subtly different as we discovered, and this was what would cause the problem. So the 3D printing file that obviously I'm going to link down to below might work for a certain type of Manfrotto head. So what we did was we then measured these two, got the plan, used the original file that we got off the listing, which I linked below, and then they very kindly printed this for me. So what this is more importantly, it's a stainless steel, which is quite, to my mind, quite a novel thing, because you can get plastic printed, you can get metal printed, but not stainless steel. This should now last me a lifetime. It was a little bit expensive, I have to say, but I think fully worth it. It works brilliantly with my Manfrotto heads. I now no longer have a problem. There is one head that it doesn't work with, which works with a stand Manfrotto plate. But for me, that isn't a problem. I don't use that head that often. In the studio, I use a ball head on the saloon stand. So with that in mind, for me, it's the absolute perfect thing. Because whilst I like to shoot on the saloon stand and using the tripod as it's meant to be, I quite often like to take the camera off quickly and take some shots and move around, so I'm not stuck in one place. So this is perfect for me, absolutely perfect. Can't tell you how good it is. I am really chuffed, and I would like to thank CMG for doing this for me. This is an absolutely brilliant thing. I know it's only a little thing, and for a lot of people it won't interest them at all, but for fellow photographers like myself, this is a solution that was solved, and I'm really happy. Well, thank you very much. Goodbye.